So today we will be looking into a new topic. Uh, yeah, I remember we have to cover Snowflake, so don't worry, that is on the list. From the past few days, as you know, I was very busy with the guests at home, so I could not, fix that AWS thing. But yes, definitely that is part of the course, so that will be covered quickly. So I will just, you know, complete network policies today and little bit of time travel also we will see. Because time travel is a little big topic. I mean, it can be covered in one class, but I will cover network policies first, and then we'll see how much we can cover for time travel also. So, uh, and before that, as I have shared a link with you guys for a Snowflake book. Not many Snowflake books are available in the market. But this one is, I follow this person on YouTube sometimes and on LinkedIn also, the Adam Norton, and he has got his Udemy practice test also for Snowflake. So he was writing this book from quite long, I think from past 6 months or something like that. So it suddenly came on my LinkedIn that he has launched it. So I thought I will share with you guys as well. So in case if you are interested, do have a look at it. I ordered one book. Basically, one of my students, decided to gift it to me. So it is going to come for India. It is taking 1 month to come. So I'll get it in April. But Shiva and all are in US. So I'm not sure. I think it will be quite faster for you guys. Yeah. So today we'll look at network policies. Okay. It is a Snowflake level object, and you can find that at the account level. So if you go to this account tab here, and under the policies section, you will find this network policy. Okay. So I think a lot of queries were there from Venkat side regarding the security aspect of who can access, who can access the URL and all that. So network policy is one of the policy objects that you can create in Snowflake, which basically allows certain IP addresses through which only you can log in to your account. Or you can also block certain IP addresses through which if you try to log in, you will not be allowed to log into this URL. Even if you put your username and password properly, still you will not be allowed. Okay. And apart from this, there are other authentication methods also, which probably you might be using in your daily office job as well, which is MFA, multi-factor authentication is there where you, or even though if you put your password and username, you still get a OTP on your mobiles, and then you have to enter it and then you log into Snowflake. So even that is possible. So if you go to this preferences here, so you will find this MFA, enroll in MFA, edit the phone number associated with your MFA account. So this is nothing very what do you say, difficult. It is similar to the OTP that you receive. So you have to enroll for your MFA through a third party agent. So once we cover this topic, I will let you know. But just to give an idea that there are few security aspects or security authentication methods provided by Snowflake. Where network policies is one, then MFA is one, and there is one more, which is related to third party. I think forgetting the name. It is through. Okay, anyway, at the end of the class, I'll look at documentation and let you know the name. It is similar to doing authentication through the third party. That is kind of a single sign-on. You guys do single sign-on, right? When you enter into your virtual machines through Citrix. So after that, you don't have to keep putting username and passwords for different websites. Only one credential is enough. Once you enter into that website, into your virtual machine, the rest of the websites or portals will open automatically for you without asking you any credentials. So that is something called a single sign-on, which you all must have gone through in your daily lives, right? So that is also possible. So coming back, so I just wanted to touch upon some security aspects. So coming back to the account level object, which is network policy. So as the name suggests, it is going to govern or configure your network policy based on which you can allow certain IP addresses through which you can access the URL, and you can block also certain IP addresses. So if we just look at, so this is a very small topic. We'll see a small demo and then we'll move on to the next topic. I'll just read out this to you. Check, yeah, recording is on. So network policies provide options for managing network configurations to the Snowflake service. Currently, network policies allow restricting access to your account based on user IP address. And effectively, a network policy enables you to create an IP allowed list as well as IP block list. So you can give the list of IP addresses by a comma separated delimiter. You can give a list of IP addresses that you want to allow, and IP addresses that you want to block. Also, you can give as a part of comma separated values. And these network policies are at account level, and also it can be set at user level also. Okay, two levels, account and user level. So account level network policy management can be performed through the new web interface, the classic web interface, or SQL, right? So you can create, as you can see, you can create it from here also. There will be SQL also for this, and you can create it through the Snow site. This is the new web interface, or you can say it's a Snowflake app, right? And this one that we are working on normally is the classic console. That is what we call it. So, and user level network policy management can be formed using SQL. So there is no web UI interface provided for creating a user level management of network policy. That we have to do through the SQL only. And if you ask, like if we have two policies, one at the user level and one at the account level, and if a user is associated with both, so obviously the user level will take precedence. Okay. So a few properties. Network policies currently support only Internet Protocol IPv4. Okay, so there is IPv6, IPv4. So only IPv4 as of now is allowed, and IP. So these are all network terminologies. Don't have to be, don't have to know fully about this. But there are two types mostly in IP, right? V4 and V6. So right now they are just supporting IPv4. And then you can configure allowed IPs, blocked IPs, and you can also give a CIDR notation. So this is called as classless inter-domain routing. So what CIDR notation I'm telling you in a brief. Okay, I mean again it's all related to networking. So what happens is when you have an IP address like this, where 192.168.1.0/24, right? So this each number before the dot is actually called as one octet, correct? And this CIDR notation means that the first three numbers like 192, 168, and 1, this will remain static. This will not change. Okay. Only this will change from 0 to 24. And this is in the form of octet. So it's not that the range is not like 0 to 24. It is 2 to the power like that. Okay. So in the form of an octet. So this basically will range from 0 to 255. That is called as CIDR notation. So not going into details, you don't need to know also. But just for your knowledge, I'm giving a brief introduction. Whenever you see like this, you can say that the first three numbers or the first three octets are static. And when you say 0 till 24, it is going to be having a range of 0 to 255. If I, let me see, anybody has a calculator 2 to the power 25 what or 24 what it comes? It comes something like this. We need to check exactly. It is some exponent of which, this 255 comes. Not sure of what, but I'll check and let you know later. But as you can see, it is a range basically from 0 to 24 means it is 0 to 255. So I need to check like on what power 255 comes. Okay, and it is not necessary that always first three octets will be static. It could be the third octet could also have a range like 0 to 24, and the next octet could also have a 0 to 24. Okay, so whichever will not have a range, those octets will remain static. In this example here, the first three octets are static, but the last octet, it has a range. That is why it is called as a cider notation. So I think whoever has done AWS, or they might know what I'm talking about. So yeah, once you create the network policy, it has to get activated either at account level or user level. So you need to activate it by yourself. Okay, once you create it. So we'll see all that once we do the demo. And you can also, for example, if you want some user to log in, irrespective of the policy it is attached to, from some IP which is not allowing it to access the URL because it is not part of the network policy, you can still do it for some time, but that Snowflake support member has to do it for you. It's for some urgency is there or something like that. So you want to access your you know your URL. So you need, so they, what they will do is there's a parameter called minutes to bypass network policy. So they will set this policy, which will bypass, as the name suggests, it will bypass the network policy for you and let you access the URL for whatever temporary time you want. And how to identify the network policy? So you can say show parameters. So if I so as you know, show parameters is the common command to check the various parameters that are there in your account. We have seen this command earlier also, but you can see right now we don't have anything network policy assigned for the given target. So this is at the account level in account. And if you want to see the user, you can say show parameters network policy in the user. And my user is this one. And nothing there. So yeah. And only security admin or higher role with create network policy privilege can create network policy. So obviously, any object that needs to be created needs to have the create privilege on that particular object. So by default, Snowflake gives it to the security admin. So obviously, account admin will also anyway have that privilege. So if you go to the documentation quickly and go to all privileges. So can you tell me at what, where should I check for create policy network, create network policy? At what level should I go and check the create policy? Anybody wants to try?
No, the network policy that we are discussing right now, right?
Yeah.
It should be account level, right? Account policies, network policies. That what
Yeah.
you said just now.
Right. So for account, it is always the global privileges. So this is, since network policy will be created under the account or below, I mean at the account level basically. So we need to, whichever role is going to create it needs to have a create network policy. Okay. And by default, as it says, security So security admin or the higher role by default has it, which is account admin, and they will be able to create those network policies. And other network policy privileges, that is, once you create the network policy privileges, you can go to network policy, and basically it just has one policy, I mean privilege, which is ownership. So basically you can give this ownership to some other uh, role on a specific object like that. Okay? So there's no other kind of privilege. So what we'll do is we'll try to create one network policy. And what I'll do is, firstly, let me create some users. Okay. And I will give each of you those users, and I'll ask you to log in. So I'll create one for Shiva and one for Venkat. So Shiva, this is your user, and the password is 12345. And let me give you the URL as well. This I created today only. Okay. So Shiva's user is this, password is this. And for Venkat, I'm also creating one more, same password 12345. So can you guys quickly tell me if you are able to log in? Yeah. So guys, are you able to log in?
Yes, Abdul.
Okay, Shiva is
It was asked me to
change the password.
change the password, but it went to a different place. Worksheet.
No, it will log in with your user, Shiva. You might be seeing on the top right as Shiva, right?
The top left I'm showing Siva,
Yeah.
but the account XM78445 is the account, right?
Yeah, that is the account. This is Shiva is the user under that account.
Okay, then how many worksheet? Yes, yeah. Yes, I'm able to welcome the worksheet. Yeah.
You will just have one public role only as of now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. You just have public role. I'm just doing some demo for network policy.
No, this looks like a new interface, Abdul.
Yeah, for me also.
Okay, yeah. So do one thing. So basically you have been logged in with this no site. Okay. So do one thing. Can you see top left, not top left, bottom left? Can you see classic console option?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
just click on that and log in. See, earlier this no site was in a preview mode. Okay, now it is live. Like you guys can access it now.
Okay. Yeah. I was confused by seeing the snow site.
The other, yeah. Actually, that was in preview mode earlier. Now it is like live, ready to use.
Maybe after back to change.
Sorry, can you Be louder, Venkat.
Actually, I'm in that Snowlight mode. Where
Yeah.
I need to change the classic mode.
Yeah. So on the bottom left, can you see the option? If you scroll down, can you see the option Classic Console written there?
Yeah, yeah,
Bottom corner, left.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just click there.
Yeah, it's going good. Thanks.
Yeah. So you guys are able to log in basically. That's what we're trying to check. So
But
I
we don't have any warehouse, any database, nothing.
yeah, because you have public role, na?
Yeah.
So I'm not giving any. So I from this login of mine, I have to give you certain roles, but I'm not giving it because it's of no use. I just need to demo the network policy, how it works.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll create one network policy. Okay, and W underscore this. Let's make it like account level. Okay, and I will give my IP address only. That my IP address should only work. Others should not be able to log in. Okay, so let me just stop my share because I will copy my public IP here, and I will ask you again to log in. Okay, so all I will do is I will basically put in my IP address here, my public IP, and I can give multiple IPs, comma separated. Okay, like IP1, comma IP2. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, so let me just stop the share. Let me now put my IP address and finish. Okay, so I need to, so I have created it. Okay, let me show you guys the screen again. Okay, I have created it, but I have not activated it yet. I need to activate it. So there is an option there called activate. I'm activating it. Activated. So can you guys please log out and try to re-log in again?
Did you activate it? Activate it?
Yes, activated.
No. You activated?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, see, Abdul,
Yeah.
even it is not allowing me to log out. It is showing unable to retrieve the current roles. IP 76.122.35.38 is not allowed to access to Snowflake.
Okay.
Contact your local security.
Okay.
So
I
which
have.
means that
Yeah.
I am unable to click the logout only.
Right. Right. So I have deactivated it now. Just you try to log out.
You deactivated, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, now it is allowing to click at least the logout.
Right.
It is
So
completely making the logged session hang, which means it
yes.
blocked.
Correct. So Venkat, for you also, are you able to log out?
Yeah, yeah. I can able to log out.
Right.
Maybe I don't directly. I'm trying to log in. Same when I got what's your got.
Yeah. Don't log in now. Just a minute.
Okay.
Let me activate it again.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm able to log in actually.
No. No. Okay. Just a minute. Just log out again, Venkat.
Okay.
Let me know once you activate back again.
Yeah.
Try to log in.
Yes. Yeah, Venkat, you have logged out?
Yeah, yes, Abdul.
Okay, great. Okay. Okay, I have activated, guys. Please try to log in again.
Yeah, the same error, right?
Yeah.
Whatever error I got when I tried to click my name to to access the logout button, logout link, right?
Mhm.
It shows IP 76. My IP is not allowed to access Snowflake.
Right. So
Yeah.
basically, it is because of the network policy enforced at the account level. So at the entire account level, whatever users exist there, okay, they will not be able to log in unless their IP address through which they're trying to log in is in the allowed list. That's the reason you're not able to log in. So now what I will do is another thing. I will basically uh, enforce that policy for Shiva and not enforce it for Venkat. Okay. So
Share your screen, Abdul.
yeah. I will share my screen. I'll show you the commands. Just a minute. Uh, I'm just trying to hide my public IP. I think I already showed anyway.
Don't worry, Abdul. We don't hack your laptop.
No, it's not about that. Basically, if we give this recordings right to some other folks, if somebody wants just recordings, not the live classes. So that's why. Yeah. Anyway, that's not a problem. So what I simply I activated and deactivated from here. Okay. So once I created it, it was asking for this option and I activated it. That is why for you guys it was not allowing. But for me, it will allow obviously because it is my IP address. So Shiva, can you do one thing? Can you give me your public IP?
Yeah, my IP is 76 for a dot.
Is it public IP?
I don't know if it is public or
See,
not.
there are two types, right? If you go to, did you take it from here?
Here means
IP config.
no.
So,
I got it from Snowflake page only. I can check the IP config in our
okay.
command tab.
Okay. Tell me what. Let me add your IP also. Just a minute.
IP config.
Tell me.
IPv6 address, IPv6 address, IPv4 addresses. Oh,
Yeah.
IP4 10 dot 0 dot 0 dot 106.
N
This
dot.
was this was showing my IPv4 address.
Yes. Yes.
10
10.
dot 0 dot 0 dot 106.
Okay.
And why? But in the Snowflake page, it shows different IP address. Why is that?
It is showing you this one, right? 126.110. This one, right?
No, the Snowflake page is different.
Okay. Yeah. So that's what it is. Okay. This is Venkat's. What was showing for you? Can you please show me? You will get again if you try to log in.
You want to see the IP config?
Not IP config. Try to log in again and tell me the IP it shows you. Snowflake. Like how Venkat's getting error, right? IP 27. This is not allowed to access. So like that, tell me what it's showing for you.
Yeah.
So we have to give access to that IP.
Yeah. I don't know why is this IP is different from other IP.
Yeah, so that is your public IP. The one that you got on Snowflake page, that is your public IP.
Okay.
Yeah, so you always have to give the public IP.
This was the error message I get.
Right. So this is your public IP. So if you go and Google what is my IP, you will get this value. Just go and Google, say what is my IP or something like that. Okay, it's activated. Now try to log in, Shiva. I have allowed your IP, and I will allow Venkat also. Okay, while it is activated, it will not allow me. Anyway, let's check for Shiva and then I will
Yeah, it is
allow.
logging in. Looks like it is looks like logging in. Yeah, it allowed me to enter.
Great. Just a minute. Let me add Venkat also. He has also paid for the course, right? Venkat, is it allowing you now? I added your IP also.
I'm checking.
3 allowed. See, now 3 allowed.
Yes, now allowing them.
Great, great. So that's why it's allowing, because your IP address is in the allowed list here. So now what I'm going to, so ideally, let me activate it. So you can, as I was showing you, you can go and see the network policy parameters now in account. So we have network, this is the one I created, and this is showing you the details of the level at which it is enforced, which is your account level, right? So we can unset this policy also, like, or even though it exists as an object, network policy object, we can unset it, or basically it's nothing but deactivating. So this is the command, alter account unset network policy. Okay, so I have unset it. So if I go to the accounts, see, it's telling me to activate. Earlier it was showing me the deactivated. So I have unset it. So obviously you will be able to connect. So let me do one thing. Let me remove your IPs. Okay. Save, and let me activate it. Okay. So now if you go to logout button, it will show you, Shiva, that it's not allowed and all that. And Venkat also. Can you check quickly?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I will make it deactivated. So see here, it is enabled the deactivate button, which means it's active. Here also the status you can see it is active. So if I go and unset the network policy at the account level, okay, and if I go at the account, so see it's no more active, it's deactivated. Now it will allow you to log out. So if you try, it will allow you to log out. Right? Now what I will do is, are you able to log out, guys? Shiva and
Yes, sir.
Venkat?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm able to log out.
Okay. Now what I'll do is I will only enforce, as I told you in the beginning, that network policy can be at the account level or user level, right? So I will only enforce this first for Shiva, and then we will enforce for only for Venkat. So let me take that network policy, name of the network policy. This is Shiva. Set this. Shiva, can you log out once before I activate it for you? And Venkat, you also please log out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shiva, you have logged out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So see, alter user Shiva set network policy equal to this, right? And if I say, Venkat, can you log in? Can you see if you are able to log in? If I say in Shiva, see, it is at the user level, see, right? And it is only applicable to Shiva. But if I do it for say Venkat, there is no network policy associated to it. Even though account at I have created it account at account level, I have unset it. And for my user also, there is nothing. So this only Shiva will be blocked by to login. Venkat will not be blocked for logging in. So can you both try to log in once? So Shiva should not be able to log in, but Venkat should be allowed to log in.
Yes, I am unable to log in.
Right. What about Venkat? You should be allowed to log in.
So what you did is you created a network policy, but you
Yeah.
did not
I'm able to
activate
log
at
in.
account level.
Sorry, just a minute. Venkat, you are able to log in? Sorry.
Yeah, I can able to log in.
Okay. Yeah, Shiva, go ahead. You're saying something.
Yeah, what we did is, okay,
Yeah.
we created a network policy,
Mhm.
but we did not activate to in at account level, but you activated the network policy only to me.
Right. So what I did was, this is the command, alter account, unset the network policy. Okay. So basically it's no more active. It's nothing but active deactive. It's no more active. All I did was I just set the network policy for one user. That is Shiva. So if you want to go and see the network policies in the show parameters at account level. So if this is the command, show parameters like network policy will be always there. In account level, there's nothing because I have not deactivated it. At the user level also you can see show parameters like network policy in user, my user, there's nothing. For you, there is, I have through this command, alter user Shiva, set network policy equal to the policy we created. That's why it is associated with you, and the level also here is user level, at the user level. Similarly, for Venkat, I have not assigned anything. So basically, that network policy I have created is only enforced on Shiva user. Okay. So if I unset it for you, I just have to write unset. Okay, alter Shiva user unset network policy. Now you will be able to log in. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
which means that we can an user can be associated to only one network policy at a time.
no, I think you can create more. Let's quickly do that.
No, it was showing error when you given the network policy name. The moment you remove the network policy name, which allowed us to reset the network policy to my user, right?
Right.
So which means that, which tells us that they can have a multiple network policy. I don't know. That is what it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's quickly check it. I will create a separate policy. Okay. I'll say network underscore Shiva policy. Means I will say whenever Shiva logs in, only his IP is allowed. I'll just give your IP address here. And see, this is how you create network policy, name of the policy, allowed list equal to this, block list equal to this. Close. Okay. It is at, so this is, both are deactivated. Okay. Let me check if I've unset it at you also. Okay, there's no policy right now. Although there are two policies existing, none of them is activated. Okay, so let's try to activate this. Unable to activate policy. This policy can be not read because IP address is not included. Okay, I need to give my IP address also. So from the machine that you basically create, always you have to give your own IP address also. So let me activate it. This is activated. Worksheets. So at the account level, it is activated. Okay. So you will see Shiva policy right now is at the account level. Let me go to the other policy, account, network account level, activate. Are you sure you want to activate it? Will deactivate this. Snowflake will no longer restrict IP addresses specified in this policy. So at a time, you can have just one network policy activated.
Yeah, that is what it shows us when we have the network policy in our core command. The moment we removed it, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now what I will do is, I will say alter user Shiva set, and I will give that one, the new one which I created, this one. Okay. So see, at the user level, I can activate it. The other policy. Get it? You getting it?
No, Abdul.
See, I created two policies here.
Yeah.
Network account level, network Shiva policy. Correct? So as you can see, only one of them I can activate for the account level. I just showed you that, right?
Yeah.
So if we go here and see, we have activated. Which one did we activate? Okay, I think we activated this. Let me deactivate it. I will activate network account level. Okay. And before that, let me unset also and set yours. So nothing is there at the account level right now. Nothing. Or nor at the user level. So we have just created now two policies. I will activate the first one, network account level at the account level. Activate. Okay, this is activated. So obviously I cannot activate the other one. If I try, are you sure you want to activate? Activating this will deactivate that one. Okay. So I think by mistake I had clicked activate. So I'll cancel it. I'll go back, and here the network policy at account level right now is network account level. Okay. So what I'm going to do is the other policy, Shiva policy, this one, I am going to just enforce, as you can know, as you can see, I cannot enforce this at account level because already there's one active. So what I'll do is I will enforce this policy to a particular user in my account. That is you, Shiva. Okay. So this is the command alter user Shiva set network policy equal to network Shiva policy. Done. Let's see the network policy at account level. It is still account level. Let's see my user. It is account level because by default I am at the account level. For Venkat, also it is account level. For Shiva, it is Shiva policy. Now Venkat will not be able to log in. Venkat, you will not be able to log in because the policy enforced for you as a user, you don't have any specific policy enforced on you. Okay. But for Shiva, even though there's a account level policy also existing, but we have assigned another policy only to Shiva. And what does the slide say? If a user is associated to both account level and user level network policy, the user level policy takes precedence. So Shiva has basically, so if I want to show maybe diagrammatically quickly, okay. So these are my two policies. Okay. And
Abdul, I got it. I got it. Yeah,
Shiva,
I got it.
You also got it?
Yes, Abdul.
Okay, great. So now, yeah. So Shiva, you will, Venkat, you are still not able to log in, right? Can you confirm? And Shiva, you are able to log in. Can you please confirm?
I check now. I'm able to log in. So
Great.
what it shows is if we have two account level, one at user level, right? So the account level, then we created another user level policy which will enable me to log in.
Right.
That is specific. That user level policy is only given my IP address, but so I'm able to log in. Not others are still able to log in.
Right.
So in
Right.
this case, the user level policy is taking precedence when we have the both account level and user level policy.
Right. 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 So if I do unset for you, right? I mean, if I deactivate this, okay, I have deactivated it. If I go back now and see, now you have account level set. See, your user. This is your user now. Okay. And
Yeah.
if I go and set it back again, so now you have Shiva policy. And if I create one more quickly, I'll just create quickly. Network underscore cut policy, and I'll take his IP address. And this is always that IP, public IP, guys. Don't take it from IP config. Just go to Google and say what is my IP. Okay, I have created this Venkat NW underscore network policy. See, if I go and alter your user Shiva and I make it as NW Venkat policy. So at a time also, as a user also, only one policy will be applicable at a time. Okay, I cannot give like this, like this Shiva policy.
Yeah, it is having only allowed only one account level, one user level. That's all.
Yes. Okay. Right. So I can create n number of policies and associate one at account level I can have, and the others I can associate at different users, whatever I want to have as my architecture. And if you want to describe, see the details, you can always use the describe command, describe network policy, and give the name of the policy. So it will show you the details, what all allowed policies are, what all allowed IP addresses are. This is Venkat. And this is Shiva. Two are there. I'll add this also in this document. And this is simple. This is simple syntax. Like you can what is create or replace network policy, allowed list, block list, and as I said, user admin will be allowed to create it. Because it is at the account, you need to have that account tab enabled if you want to go to the network policy. But yes, you can do it through SQL also. But in the context, you will have to have security. The lowest role that you need to have to create it is the security admin. And you can give the privilege of create network to other roles, and it is possible for them to create. Then this is alter account set network policy we have seen how to describe also, and how to alter in case you want to alter the list of IP address which are allowed or blocked for an existing network policy. All you have to do is alter network policy set and change the list of IP address. Then we have seen how to unset, that is deactivate basically, and then we have seen how to alter user and set that particular policy at the user level. And the precedence, when you have the account level as well as the user level, the precedence takes place for user level. So something similar to what we have seen in the types of tables, right? Where if you create a temporary table with the same name of a permanent table, all the activities you do on that name of the table, precedence will be for the temporary table always. So similarly here, user level policy will be the precedence. Okay. So yeah, so this is a very simple topic related to your security. As an architect, it is up to you how you design this. They have given you this authentication method. Uh, yeah, so this is a small topic of network policies which I wanted to cover. I think Venkat had asked about this long back, like how can we, if you want to block certain network, how can we do that, right? Venkat, you had asked this long back, I remember.
Yes, yes.
Right. So I hope this answers.
Yes, yes.
Right. So about half an hour we will take today to start the new topic. Okay. And then we will wind up. So I'll take 10 minutes break, guys, and I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Venkat,
Yes, yes, sure.
do you get a chance to attend any interviews in Snowflake?
Not in Snowflake. So I'm not started.
Okay.
Have
Are you
we-
getting calls?
I'm getting calls actually, not directly calls, but in Gmail I'm getting some what you know. There is interview if you want to share your latest resume and what is your current certificate expert and like that I'm getting. Actually, I'm not because now what are the existing technology I'm working on, so I'm giving interview on that technology. So just I'm focusing on that one. I didn't do
So
much.
what are the tools that you are working currently on?
Actually, I'm from PA technology.
Huh?
PA technology, SQL development and migration. SQL SSIS.
Oh, all this Microsoft BI set of tools. Hello.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Then if that is the case, you can take Azure Data Factory, Azure Cloud Native skills tool sets. So you can try implementing the Snowflake in Azure, right? That will be more of very close to you, correct?
Yes, actually, maybe actually next to SSIS is like kind of Azure only. What you're telling is that creating the Azure pipeline. That is only
Yeah.
the next one data engineer, data engineer.
Yeah, the what I understand from US market is if someone is working in Microsoft for a very long time, right? They mostly prefer to choose Microsoft related cloud tools. You want to migrate to any cloud from on premises and change their current data engineering projects or data projects, they obviously there are a chance of only 99% they will go to Microsoft related cloud infrastructures, right? They don't come to AWS and other um, cloud platform because they would have already resources available for them. It will be a little effort to train their resource, right?
Correct,
If
correct.
yeah,
And other thing is the licensing part also.
licensing cost, licensing cost, everything. For example, Microsoft, how do they retain their customer, right? If you have using Power BI license, if you are using on-premises SSIS, all those suit, right? They will offer if you're an existing customer using this, if you move to cloud or Azure cloud, they will give you 50% discount, like that, right? That is how they sell it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So because I attended, I did not get any calls. So what I think is Snowflake. Who are using Snowflake? They use AWS. And right for AWS, I felt without Python or any programming skills. It has become very difficult for me to even say that I'm working in the cloud.
Okay. But you was for Snowflake, you're not getting the call, right?
No, here you won't get only specific for Snowflake.
You need
Nobody will
for
hire. Yeah, nobody will hire you if you say I know Snowflake alone. Right.
so you
Snowflake
should.
is sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can take advantage.
Yeah, Snowflake is one of the area that they will work. They don't expect you to only work in the Snowflake. Right here, the US work culture is here everybody works everything. There is no limitation of technology that I would only work this. But everybody will have the basic, the programming. Everybody will be very strong in the basic programming architecture, right? How the arrays, list, linked list, hash, map, how everything will work. This architecture and programming skills have been they learn very well in the college itself. They have right how you will be very strong in something that you won't forget ever like that, right? So everybody is like that here, even from first year college students, right? If you ask anything in the linked list, all this programming stuffs, right? They are excellent. Even we cannot even understand what they're doing. That's how they are very good. So they write code in any languages. They don't, yeah. If you say I have 10 years experience or 12 years experience, they expect you so much. Unless you go to some consultancy company like TCS, Cognizant, like that, they may hire only for a Snowflake. Even then, in the Snowflake project, the opportunity that you will only work in Snowflake, right, is very less because Snowflake is not a entire ETL platform. It is just you put the data in Snowflake. That's all. The data will be in Snowflake. After that, the way the data goes to the Snowflake, it matters. The way the consumer consumes the data from Snowflake, that also matters. Snowflake is a very area where we can just keep your data. And when you access it, you would be able to access fast.
Yeah.
It is
Maybe
not,
accessing in the sense it could be kind of Power BI reports that you're trying to
yeah, when a consumer from the warehouse, right? So there will be so many consumers who wants data from the warehouse in different format, right? In those cases, they access the data, right? Even data with 2 billion records, right? They will access it, right? When someone tends to access that, the performance would be good. That is what this Snowflake is. It is just a data store, I would say. Correct.
But this much amount of data we can't do in maybe in Azure or AWS, right? What was
Sorry,
Snowflake's-
Venkat, your voice is.
No, no. Whatever the huge amount of data we handle in Snowflake,
Uh,
that performance cannot be given in AWS or Azure, right? So
yeah, no, we cannot say like that. Even AWS Redshift, right? It is also equally or better than Snowflake, right? There are so Redshift is also another one of the major competitor, right? Even Snowflake and Redshift is 50-50. So I would say Snowflake is 55-60 and Redshift, sorry, I would say Redshift is 55-60% and Snowflake is only just 40%.
you are in AWS, right?
No, we have some things in AWS, but who are using AWS, right? Mostly they prefer Snowflake. 60% they prefer, sorry, Redshift. Only 40% people goes to Snowflake. Not Snowflake has only this capability to process the large volume of data. Even as of now, we are currently using on-premise Exadata, right? Which is also good. Which is also as of now, which is working good. It's okay. But right, the cost of Exadata having on-premise is not less. It is huge. You have a multiple servers. You have Exadata blades, storage, and you need a DBA, Linux admin. You need to maintain a data centers, office. There's so much cost involved if you want to maintain the Exadata, right? So if you want to reduce the time, everything, right? If you want to have a resource, just a DBA, 3 DBAs for 3 shift, right? So you need to have 3 DBAs only for Oracle patching. So many activities, right?
Got it, got it.
Yeah, we simply say it is a on-premises and cloud, right? If you have an Exadata in your own platform, own data center, or that is entirely different from having a Redshift in the cloud. It consume it cuts the cost, cut the so many costs, right? Exadata sometimes the server fail, so many Exadata, right? They have a proprietary hardware storage device, right? That will fail. The backup, you also have to maintain the backup strategy, that you have to take a backup of each Exadata server in a different location, right? Failover, everything you have to manually do, right? Your own infrastructure, which will cost so much of money, right?
Maybe us going next, maybe another 5 years on promise will be, I think,
Yeah. That is what it
maybe
is 100% sure. Down the road, maybe after 5 years, 10 years, right? When the cloud is become more mature to be suited to work in all the domains, right? Where the security is imminent, which means that health, financial security, those stuffs are those domains are the domains they are hesitant to go to the cloud because of the security concerns. The more the cloud is evolving, right, everybody will go. There is no way that people will be in on premises for many years. Okay, so I think Abdul came back.
yeah.
Yeah, hi. You guys can continue. Actually, the problem is I recently, I mean, I just before the class, like 20 minutes back, I created my account because the old one got deactivated. So I was loading some data to show you guys.
Okay. I was just telling how people chooses Redshift and Snowflake
Yeah.
when they choose Snowflake and Redshift.
You
Venkat was telling
Yeah.
only Snowflake has a capability to process huge volume of data.
No, it's not like that.
Uh,
There are many cloud data warehouses and databases apart from Snowflake also. The only thing is that it is one of the most popular amongst the cloud. I mean, there's Redshift also, there is Azure, Google is, or BigQuery is there. So they're also very popular, neck to neck with Snowflake. The only thing is, it's not that only Snowflake is the most popular one, but it is amongst the top cloud providers, data
yeah,
providers.
if you say the cloud warehouse database,
Yeah,
right? At least 80%, 70% of the market will be occupied by both Redshift and Snowflake together.
right.
And rest, I'm not sure about the Azure data warehouse database and the BigQuery and all. I'm not sure.
Mhm. No, Google is also quite popular.
So mostly I see openings only for either Redshift or Snowflake.
Even this Spark, Databricks has come up with, I forgot the name. They have come up with their own database. Just forgetting it is on Azure. Just forgot. Okay. So what was I doing? Right. So I think I had corrupted the employee files to show you guys some issues, I think. Yeah. I will load maybe employee, the other one. Correct. So guys, we will see what time travel is basically. As the name suggests, you can basically travel in the time, and this is not in the future. Okay, time travel can be in past and future as well, but this is not about future. This is about past. So basically, you can go back in time and see the state of that data on that particular past date. Like, uh, you know, a particular record, if it has changed, say, over a period of 10 days, right? So you can go back 10 days or 9 days or 8 days, 5 days, and you can see what was the state of that particular record at that time. Okay, so that is possible in Snowflake through time travel. That property or feature provided to do this is called as time travel. And so basically, if I read this, Snowflake time travel enables accessing historical data, that is data that has been changed or deleted also. Okay, not only changed but deleted also at any point within a defined period. Okay, this is important, within a defined period. It serves as a powerful tool for performing the following tasks. So anyway, we'll look at those tasks in some time. But what is this defined period? If you remember the editions of Snowflake, right? If we go back to the very first classes, there was this editions. At that time, we have seen uh, this time travel. Okay, so the standard, which is the most basic one, it says 1 day of time travel, which means you can go for particular for a table, for an object, you can go 1 day back in time and see what was the state. Okay, so you can go up to 1 day back to check the historical data, whether it was deleted or changed or whatever. For example, there is one row of an employee and the address changed the next day. So you can go back 1 day before and see what was the old address. But after 2 days, you will not be able to go and see. Okay. That is why for the standard, it says 1 day of time travel. So it basically, when it says up to a defined period, it means that only. So based on the additions, you will have the luxury to go up to certain days back in the history, back in the past to see the historical data. So always remember, for standard, it is 1 day of time travel. And from enterprise onwards, it's up to 90 days, almost 3 months. And of course, it carries forward to other uh, additions as well. So for enterprise, it is 90 days. Okay, that means you can go back up to 90 days in past and see the state of your object or the data inside your object that is changed or deleted. So this feature to go back in time and access the historical state of the object data is called as time travel in Snowflake. And it is possible because as you know, that the storage service that we use in Snowflake is basically not Snowflake's own storage service. It is based on the cloud provider you host your Snowflake database on, right? So it could be AWS, Azure, or Google. And the common property of those storage services that Snowflake uses is that object-based storage nature, right? We have seen in the past when we were looking at S3, S3 is an object-based storage and not block-based. It is not a block-based, right? So all the storage services which are used by Snowflake across the different cloud providers is actually object-based, right? And if you remember how it stores data uh, behind the scenes, it is in the form of micro partitions, right? And if you also remember, micro partitions are immutable. Immutable means cannot be changed. So uh, to recap, if you update some certain rows, so you know that those rows are existing in a columnar format in a micro partition somewhere. If you update to that set of data, it is basically not going to update that micro partition. it is going to create a whole new micro partition. So it is basically going to mark the old partition as deleted and is going to keep, and it is going to create a new partition. So basically an update is actually a delete and an insert. It's a two operation that is happening behind the scenes. So we have seen all this, right? When we were looking into micro partitions topic. So don't you think if this is the way it is functioning behind the scenes, it is easily possible to keep the historical records up to a certain date, which is why this time travel feature is possible, right? So when we went to the micro partitions, let me quickly go there. See, each micro partition is immutable. I just explained what it means. I mean, we looked at it also when we were looking into this topic. This means if there are updates within a micro partition, a new micro partition is created and the old one is marked for deletion. Okay. This is the reason we are able to do the time travel, right? Because we are keeping the historical copy, of course, up to a certain limit of some certain retention period, basically. And that is based on the addition of Snowflake that you're using. So if it is standard, you'll get a retention period of maximum up to 1 day, and for enterprise edition onward, it's up to 90 days. So up to 90 days basically means it is going to preserve the micro partitions because they're immutable. There's no overwriting happening in case of an update, or there's no actual physical delete that's happening once you delete it. Okay, it will be purged later on. Once that retention period goes off, it will be purged. But till the time that retention period is set, it will keep those deleted micro partitions also. And I mean, it's always deleted. There's no changed partition as such because they're immutable. So this is the reason time travel is possible in Snowflake. Did you get this? Are you able to connect the dots of what we have studied earlier and how time travel is possible because of these properties? Is this clear? Any doubts in this?
Okay, okay.
Okay. Let me come back to time travel slide. Okay, so we have seen why time travel is possible. Let's see what all this feature can do for us. Okay, so this is a big list, like restoring data related objects, tables, schemas, and databases. Okay, so tables, schemas, and databases that might have been accidentally or intentionally deleted or even dropped. If you accidentally drop a table and if you accidentally or a schema or a database, you can get it back or you can restore it back because of the time travel facility. So just to give you a quick, small demo, say I wanted to drop some table and by mistake I typed the wrong table here. Okay, this is dropped, right? There's no data. All I have to do is say undrop table. And I get it back with the data. Okay. This is possible due to time travel. I have been able to restore it. Correct? But if I drop it and after 2 days, suppose if my retention period is 1 day only for the time travel, after 2 days I come and do this undrop, it will not allow me because that retention period is over. Right? I am able to do this by myself.
Until we created an enterprise version only, right?
Mine is business critical.
Oh, the free users can be any of the flavor, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had told you guys to create business critical only in the beginning.
Oh, I don't know. I will check that. Yeah.
So your account has expired or it's still going on?
Yeah, it is expired. So expired last week. I did not create it. I have to create again.
Yeah, but
I remember I was okay, yeah.
But you were able to log in when you were looking at that network policy things. You were able to log in, right? Through the that was my account. Yeah, that was
your
my
account, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Last week I tried to log in. It shows your account got active. This is deactivating every month, right?
30 days, yeah.
Yeah. I'll create one.
Yeah, just use business critical. And
Okay.
you can use the same email ID number. I think this is some 7th or 8th time I'm creating now.
Okay.
So this is a very powerful feature, guys, like how Timetravel provides. And we will see how to check the retention days also, like how much is allowed, in my database. Duplicating and backing up data from key points in the past. Obviously, if some 5 days back data you want to duplicate or backup, you can do that because you can go back in time. Analyze data usage / manipulation over specified periods of time. Right? How much was the data incoming at certain point in time? What was the data usage at that particular time? All that you can see. Query data in the past that has since been updated or deleted. So we are going to see all this demo also. You can create clones of entire tables, schemas, databases at or before specified points in the past. So there is one thing called as cloning, which is a separate topic. You can clone this table as it is. Okay, which means it will create an exact structure plus the data with the data. Okay, but you can also clone the data back in time, which has some historical data. That also you can go and clone. Then you can restore tables that have been dropped also. So here it was deleted, that data was deleted, but here if the object itself is deleted, that also you can do. And it is applicable not only to tables, but schemas and databases also. This is important. Once the defined period of time has elapsed, for example, in the standard edition, it is 1 day as we saw. If that time has elapsed, say I dropped the table and now it is 2-3 days, and I remember, oh, I should not have dropped it. So through time travel, through by myself, it is not possible. Like how I was able to do now, this way, it will not be possible because the retention period was only 1 day. But that particular data, that past data, it moves into something called as Snowflake failsafe. Okay, there's another feature in Snowflake. We will come at the end of time travel. We'll come to that Snowflake failsafe. It's basically a theoretical topic. There's no demo on this, but to explain you, once the time travel retention period is over, that means the number of days up to which you can go into the past is over by yourself. You will not be able to go back once that time has elapsed. But that data, it doesn't mean that that data is lost. It doesn't mean that this particular table data which I dropped, and after 2 days back I come and say, okay, I need to undrop it. Obviously, it will not allow me because as per my retention policy, it has elapsed. But it does not mean that I will not be able to recover it because that particular dropped object has moved into a Snowflake area called as failsafe. Okay.
Oh, this is look like they will move into Glacier.
Honestly, I don't know what happens behind the scenes in S3. Or they move it to the other S3 version or not. S3 type, I'm not sure about that. But what Snowflake, I'll come to this topic once we complete time travel. But
okay,
the idea to tell you is that they will not, it is not that you will never be able to recover this table at all. It is not like that. So you don't need to panic. Okay. So we will see how they recover it. We will see that later. But the idea is to tell you once the retention period for time travel, that is by yourself, you can go back into the past. See, this undrop thing I did myself, right? I did not have to get any support from admins, right? But once that, as I said, retention period is over, it is not that it is completely lost. Rather, that data moves into Snowflake fail-safe zone. And once it moves to fail-safe, you will not be allowed to do anything on that data. Neither you can query it, neither you can restore it, neither you can clone it, or neither you can analyze. All these points that you were able to do, all these point duplicate, all that, you will not be able to do once it moves to Snowflake. It's fail safe. And we'll see what failsafe is. See, this is also called as continuous data protection life cycle. Okay. So see, standard operations allowed. This is the current stage data storage. So you can do your queries, DDL, DML, etc. Then this is the time travel allowed. So select at or before. Both are the same meaning. You can say select at that particular time or before that particular time, or even that particular query ID. Before this query ID, give me the past data. That also you can do. Similarly, you can do clone. Clone means create that table again at a particular point in time in the past. Undrop, I showed you, you can restore the whole object as it is, whether it's a table schema or database. I just showed you for the table case. Time travel retention, all this you can do up to 1 to 90 days. So they have not mentioned the additions here, but of course it is, yourself now, for the standard it is 1 day, and for enterprise onwards it's 90 days. Okay, so time travel allowed. Time travel is allowed up to 1 to 90 days. And how can you query it? These are the main extensions of SQL. They call it as extensions of SQL, which is at or before. Either of them you can use, at or before. For selecting at a particular time or before a particular time, clone at a particular time or before a particular time, and then undrop. This is a user operation, right? You are able to do this till the retention period is there, till it is valid. Once this moves to fail safe, there is no user operations allowed. But the data can be recovered by Snowflake administrators or Snowflake support. For example, I have dropped this table and say my retention period was 1 day. Now, after 3 days, I realize, no, I need to get it back. So I have to mail or get in touch with the Snowflake support to get this back. But that is also only up to 7 days. That limit is also up to 7 days. Okay, so if we go back to the additions, yeah. So let's come to the types of tables. Okay, see this. For permanent tables, okay, the fail-safe period for the standard edition is 7. For enterprise also it's 7. For transient and temporary tables, it is 0. That means once the time travel period is gone for transient and temporary, so say had this been a transient table or a temporary table, after and this would have say moved out of the retention period. That is, you can no more do the time travel. This undrop you are not able to do, but you cannot contact Snowflake support also because it is not allowed for transient and temporary table, which is why I had told you the storage cost is far lesser as compared to the permanent storage, because it is not keeping the copies at all for transient and temporary once the time travel retention period is over. And for both of them, it is only 1 day of time travel, both of them, irrespective of the edition. For permanent tables, it is 1 day for standard and 90 for enterprise. For transient and temporary, irrespective of uh, the edition, it will be only 1 max. Okay. And fail safe, that is after your time travel retention period is over. For permanent tables, it is 7 days for both the editions. But for temporary and transient, there is no way you're going to recover back your data at all after the time travel retention period. There's no way. So this is why fail-safe storage costs are incurred. And I had showed you where you can see it. If you go to the accounts and in the usage, so this is your storage related costs. So this is the database. If you want to, so this will give you total, which is the addition of database state and C fail-safe. So it is basically backing up your data behind the scenes, right? But only up to 7 days. And this is only to be used in case of once your time travel retention is over. This is not for going and querying historical data. Only if you want to, what you call, retain or restore the object, only then you need to use it. Otherwise, Snowflake support, if you say, okay, I need to just see the data and I want to compare it with what is like today's data, I need it for some reason, they will not do it for you. It has to be only done for restoring the object. So accordingly, you need to choose your architecture. So this is what fail-safe is, a theoretical topic. There is no demo on that as such. Only thing is that once you move out of your retention period of time travel, it is moving to Snowflake time fail-safe zone. This one. And to connect the dots, we had seen this temporary tables here. So if you see temporary time travel retention period is 1 max, transit is 1. For permanent, it is 1 for enterprise. And for addition, it is 7 days. Oh, sorry, 90 days. Fail-safe is 0 for temporary and transient. For permanent, it is 7. Okay, this is kind of certification questions also they ask. Like so just for a thumb rule, fail-safe is not applicable at all to temporary or transient. Time travel is applicable, but for temporary and transient, it's max 1 day. That's it. Okay. Yeah. So I'll stop here today and I'll give you the demo next week and we'll complete this time travel topic. And we will start data sharing topic next week as well, after we complete the time travel. And after this, around data masking is remaining, like row level policy, masking policy, then data masking policy, and then you have Snowpipe is remaining, and then you have this SQL and stored procedures remaining. And then we can conclude Snowflake. Okay, guys. So any questions on this before we wrap up?
Abdul, don't we have a data sharing, right?
Yeah. So we have data sharing. I told you.
The stored procedures.
Yeah, I just told. After this, there will be data masking, then row level masking policy, and then we will have Snowpipe also, which is pending, and then SQLs, some extensive SQLs and stored procedures at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll call it a day, and let me know in case you have any doubts over the week. And so have you guys started that batch workshop? Okay, no, I guess.
No,
Anyway,
I got started, but I will. I'm focusing on Python now. I'm studying Python and I'm taking the practices and this data structure, linked list, all this, right? There will be a lot of data structure operations they are asking. How do you merge to list? How do you find this? Those kind of steps. I'm preparing on those things now. So definitely I'll come back to Snowflake maybe next month.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. So so which course are you doing from? From where are you?
Yeah, I gave you right the link.
Okay, that same one.
Yeah, that is the Indian guy. He's doing that.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. So that is what I'm doing now. Because what I feel, right? Any interview, no matter Snowflake or Redshift, right? Any interview, the ETL pipelines that I'm not telling about the conventional ETL pipeline, what I'm doing now with this informatic
Right.
SQL, SQL, those stuff, right? Any modern data warehouse and ETL pipelines, right? Mostly 80 to 90% of the ETL pipeline is being written in Python now.
Right.
They either do use AWS or AWS. I'm focusing on AWS because I got certified in AWS solution architect a couple of months back, right? So, so I'm focusing on AWS now. So when we go and search for the position, the basic after SQL, the first preliminary requirement is SQL, right? Then Python.
Correct. For data analysis, SQL is the first.
Yeah, first data engineer or the senior data engineer or anything, right? SQL is first, then next Python. Python is like that, like SQL. That's important that I realized just now, last month.
Correct. To do that, focus on that. If you're doing that, focus on that. Not
yeah. So, that is why I was so concerned about the recordings that you upload, right? Then the classes, when the classes got over, I will see your message that whether you uploaded the recordings or not. That is why the moment I got your message, I say thank you. So I will be coming back all these PowerPoint. I will take. I will do practice on all the things that we did, right? So definitely, if I can able to reach you, right? Even this class got over.
And even I'm going to show a small demo of how to connect Python with Snowflake also.
Maybe once we started, right, we will keep in touch. If you have any
yes, absolutely.
Right, I think if I get a good chance, I will work on this new data warehouse technology, ETL pipeline, right? Then maybe another 1 year I will be having good experience on the entire stack.
Yes, definitely.
We'll see. That is what I'm traveling now for. We'll see. How it goes.
Sure, Shiva. So all the best for your Python course. Do it properly. Do it with focus. And
that's what I'm doing.
And there's this third. I told you that third batch is that involves Python. So once you're done with your core Python, don't go into much details like web development and app development and all that stuff. Just go till data analysis, and you can do that batch also. The third batch.
I'm focusing on only the basic Python language. So that's
your voice has got a little weak.
So is it now? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. So I'm focusing on Python, the basic Python, right? The Python data structures, how to create core Python and Panda. These are the only areas that I focus. That is only required for the data side. If you want to write a ETL pipeline, these things are required. Other NumPy and all, NumPy and other libraries are a little different. As a data engineer,
those are more for the data scientist folks.
Yes. As a data engineer, you should have experience in these two: basic core Python and Panda.
And Pandas, right? So I'm saying there's a third batch also, right, in the Snowflake. Like there are 3 batches, right? One is data warehouse, data sharing, and third one is there application data application builder is there. So that involves Python with Snowflake. So once you are done with this Python course, okay, let me just show you quickly. Just hold on.
Okay. You mean Snowflake batch, right?
Yes. See, you see this data application workshop info. This is batch 3. Okay. So if you go here, this is all about how you will do your Python-based Snowflake work. Okay. So you are going to use Python development in this.
Okay.
So using Python to create small website, connecting to Snowflake via Python to send and receive data and all that stuff.
Okay.
And you don't need a prior Python experience, but it is good if you do that course and then you jump here, so it will be more meaningful for you.
Yeah. So definitely I have to do the first 2. No matter I do the Python third batch or not, but first 2 workshop, right? I have to do.
I mean, it is not necessary to first do first 2 and then only move to third. It is not necessary like that. It is kind of you can say a sequence. from basic to advanced, you can say like that.
Yes,
But
yes.
there's no hard and fast rule that you cannot start the third one like that.
Yeah, that's correct. So I wanted to get
Yeah,
familiar with the data loading, right? So
yeah,
I haven't tried practice it, but it is good if you practice it, right? If you face an
yes,
interview,
definitely it is good, and it
yeah,
is very easy. It's nothing difficult.
yeah, it's nothing difficult, right? We can, even if you have 1 week, you can practice all the data loading, right?
Yeah. See, this
Yeah.
guy, this guy is the guy who wrote that book.
Who wrote the book?
That I sent that link right to you guys.
Yeah. Amazon
That
book.
one. Yes.
Oh,
See, these are the two batches I got for data sharing and
oh,
for data warehouse.
oh, good that.
And it is not it doesn't come with expiry date.
Okay.
Yeah. So this way you can showcase and highlight on your LinkedIn's or your resumes or wherever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. I will call it a day and see you next week. Good night.
Sure.